It's Tuesday, and that means it's time for Your Money. Colin Evans with Evans Financial is here to tell us what we need to know about IRAs. Thanks for being here again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us again.
So what exactly are our IRAs?
So, we kind of have the connotation that everybody's really familiar with, like a 401k, which is kind of, it's going through your employer when your employer offers benefits of retirement packages and health insurance, things like that. Well, when we see IRAs, which are very, very similar to a 401k, but it's really deemed for those that are either their employer doesn't offer it or they maybe want to save outside of their employer-sponsored plan. So it has similar tax consequences and tax benefits from it. And so we kind of break that down just a little bit. And the first one are the tax breaks. And the tax breaks are when they get to put money, when you put money away into a 401k or into an IRA, that gets to come off of your income tax for the year. So that's lowering a little bit of the tax footprint that you're going to pay that year and allowing your investment to grow a little bit or potentially grow with those extra dollars that are added in that haven't been taxed. However, we have to keep in mind that at some point in time down the road, Uncle Sam is going to want his tax dollars. That's unfortunate nature of that game. But it's a great solution for retirement savings, especially when you get to put yourself in the driver's seat. A little bit of, kind of say the complaints that we hear about a 401k is kind of the investments that are offered are usually limited to what the employer kind of puts together in the package for the employee. So there's not a whole wide array of what's out there available, in the world and in the marketplace. So it also gives a little bit of the big investment for people to be able to say, hey, I want to invest in, and it could be things they enjoy, their hobbies, or things that spark their interest, or it could be political choices of what companies endorse and support, and they get the opportunity to do that, and it puts them really in the driver's seat to do that. And then we look at kind of the not outside of the investment options that are there, but also you got to keep in mind what are the withdrawal rules. And this is where people can get bit by the bug when they're like, you know what, I might need to take some money out of my retirement without understanding some of the rules that Uncle Sam or the IRS have put into place in there. So we have a rule that's called the 59.5 rule, which if people are trying to pull these funds out a little bit early, the IRS is going to instill a 10% tax on top of their current income tax. And it's not really to say, Uncle Sam is trying to get more money out of us. It's really to protect the consumer against the consumer, because you're trying to put this money away for future growth and for my actual true retirement. So it becomes a supplement for like Social Security and maybe whatever your work or employer may offer. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, we get to see over the years, we see a lot of clientele that come into our firm and they get to say, hey, I don't want to take money or I don't have to, which is a true blessing. That means you did a wonderful job preparing yourself for retirement. However, again, our wonderful friend Uncle Sam and the IRS would going to make sure that we have to take those funds out. And actually, once kind of really at the beginning of COVID, this almost started with the Secure Act, as they started ratcheting the age up at age 70.5 is initially where Uncle Sam required you to start taking out your funds so they could tax it. When as of 2023 and last year, they have since moved that up to age 73. So it is kind of still getting a good place for deferral for people for tax dollars. But again, this is just a side notion for you to be able to put funds away. And one of the last things I want to tell people for the 2024 tax deductions that they get to pull this off of their income, under the age of 50, individuals are allowed to put away $7,000 per year.
Okay.
And if you're over the age of 50, they have what's called a catch-up provision, which allows you to say, hey, I didn't maybe save early enough in my younger days, and instead of it being $7,000 a year, you get to put $8,000 a year. So if you're a couple and double that for being married, and it's just something to think about, that this is an additional supplemental way that you can actually look down the road for retirement and having something that you're able to be in the driver's seat with.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you as always for joining us. Some great information there.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
It'll all be on our website, ktbs.com.